You won't believe what just came to light. Fans of the reality TV world are left reeling as shocking details about Kirk's secret getaways and a stunning baby revelation emerge, sending shockwaves through the cast and their inner circle. Imagine this: whispers of a hidden vacation, mysterious flights, and secret rendezvous that no one knew about, all coming to light in the most explosive way possible. Tasha K, known for uncovering the juiciest drama, has dropped a bombshell that has fans gasping, tongues wagging, and social media ablaze with speculation. The tension is palpable, the stakes are high, and the secrets absolutely shocking. Emotions ran high as Tasha K revealed exclusive footage showing Kirk sneaking away to luxurious destinations, far from the prying eyes of his fans and even some of his closest friends. The vacations weren't just casual escapes, they were meticulously planned, hush-hush adventures that raise questions about what really happened behind closed doors. Meanwhile, Jasmine's world was shaken to the core, as whispers of a baby bombshell surfaced that nobody saw coming. The family was left divided, with some rallying behind Kirk, some standing by Jasmine, and others struggling to process the overwhelming revelations. Fans are shocked, disbelief spreading like wildfire as images, cryptic messages, and insider accounts paint a picture more tangled than anyone expected. Allegiances are tested, old rivalries flare, and the drama escalates to a point where every conversation seems loaded with tension, every glance carries suspicion, and every decision could ignite a firestorm of emotions. What did Kirk really do on these secret vacations? How will Jasmine handle the revelation that has everyone talking? And most importantly, who can be trusted when secrets like these surface in a world where image is everything? Prepare yourself, because what you're about to hear isn't just gossip, it's a whirlwind of betrayal, hidden motives, and jaw-dropping surprises that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about Kirk, Jasmine, and the tangled web of reality TV drama. Stay tuned, because the story is far from over, and what comes next will change everything. The story began in the most unexpected way, when fans started noticing Kirk's absence from social media for days at a time. At first, everyone assumed he was simply taking a break, maybe handling some personal matters, but the truth was far more complicated and far juicier. According to sources, Kirk had been sneaking off on secret vacations, moments carefully hidden from the public eye. Private jets, secluded villas, and exotic locations became his escape. But no one could have predicted that these trips would spark one of the most shocking revelations in recent reality TV history. Tasha K got her hands on exclusive footage showing Kirk boarding private flights, always traveling incognito, often accompanied by friends no one had ever heard of. Fans immediately speculated, what was the purpose of these secret trips, and why was he so intent on keeping them hidden? The tension only grew when images surfaced showing Kirk in various locations: tropical beaches, five-star resorts, and even mountain retreats, places that seemed more suited for a celebrity hiding from the world than someone enjoying a simple vacation. The family was left divided, with some expressing concern, while others accused him of lying to cover up something far bigger. Emotions ran high in the cast group chats, private messages leaked, and suddenly the air was thick with suspicion. Jasmine, in particular, felt blindsided. She confronted Kirk directly, her voice shaking with a mixture of anger and hurt. "Kirk, why didn't you tell me about any of this? Were these vacations really necessary? Or is there something else you're hiding?" Her words, though calm on the surface, carried an undercurrent of accusation that could not be ignored. Meanwhile, Tasha K, always quick to notice patterns and read between the lines, released a report that would send shockwaves across the fanbase. She revealed that while Kirk was off on these secret trips, Jasmine had been receiving mysterious packages and private messages hinting at an impending change in her life, one that would soon lead to the bombshell everyone was about to hear. Fans were shocked when Tasha K disclosed that the rumors circulating online were true. Jasmine was expecting a baby, and the revelation had caught everyone completely off guard. The family was left divided, some celebrating the news, others questioning Kirk's involvement and timing. The emotions were raw, the tension palpable, and every post, every story, every comment added fuel to an already blazing fire of drama. In the midst of this chaos, conversations between Kirk and Jasmine grew increasingly tense. At one point, an argument erupted in front of a small group of friends, captured on video that would later circulate online. "You've been hiding things from me for weeks," Jasmine shouted, her hands trembling. "This isn't just about a vacation, Kirk. There's so much more you're not telling me, and I'm tired of being left in the dark." Kirk, visibly frustrated but trying to maintain his composure, responded, "Jasmine, you have no idea what I've been dealing with. I didn't want to worry anyone, This wasn't about keeping secrets, it was about handling things privately until I figured it all out. The room was tense, emotions running high, and everyone present could feel the underlying betrayal simmering just beneath the surface. As the story unfolded further, fans were introduced to a series of twists that made the situation even more complex. Reports surfaced that Kirk had not traveled alone during some of these vacations. Friends, acquaintances, and even former cast members claimed to have seen him in the company of people whose identities were deliberately kept secret. Speculation ran wild. Was there a hidden relationship? Was someone else involved in this tangled web? The mystery deepened when cryptic messages allegedly from Kirk appeared online, hinting at a past mistake that he had tried to keep buried. Fans were captivated, poring over every detail, analyzing posts, and debating what might have occurred during these secretive getaways. The drama had reached a fever pitch, and the entire reality TV community was buzzing with anticipation, waiting to see how Jasmine would respond to the unfolding revelations. Then came the most explosive twist of all. A leaked conversation suggested that Jasmine's pregnancy might not be what it seemed. Some insiders claimed that there was uncertainty surrounding the paternity of the baby, sparking heated debates and countless theories among fans. Emotions ran high across social media platforms as viewers expressed outrage, sympathy, and disbelief in equal measure. Friends of the couple were torn, some defending Kirk, some standing by Jasmine, and others openly expressing disappointment at the secrecy and deception. The family was left divided, and what was once a story about secret vacations and private escapes had now become a multi-layered drama involving trust, betrayal, and the very real stakes of impending parenthood. Adding to the chaos, Tasha K dropped exclusive interviews with cast members who provided behind-the-scenes insight into the tension between Kirk and Jasmine. One close friend described a particularly heated night where accusations flew. Emotions spilled over, and both parties reached a breaking point. It was like watching a storm build in slow motion, the friend said. Kirk was defensive, Jasmine was furious, and no one knew how this was going to end. The energy in the room was electric, and you could feel that something major was about to explode. Fans were glued to the updates, desperate for any snippet of truth amidst the whirlwind of rumors, leaks, and explosive revelations. Every post, every story, every fleeting glance was dissected, analyzed, and debated endlessly. But the drama didn't stop there. Rumors began circulating that Kirk's vacations were not only secret but possibly arranged to avoid confrontation with Jasmine while she navigated her own personal struggles. Sources suggested that he had planned these trips meticulously, taking precautions to avoid detection, and that every step was part of a larger strategy to manage the escalating tension. Fans were shocked at the level of secrecy and control. The family dynamic became increasingly strained, with loyalties tested and alliances shifting at a moment's notice. In one particularly dramatic encounter, a confrontation between Kirk and Jasmine was captured during a casual gathering, revealing the raw intensity of their emotions. "You've been running from this, from me, from everything," Jasmine exclaimed, her voice shaking with both anger and despair. Kirk's response was equally charged. "I've been trying to protect you, to protect us. Do you think I enjoy all of this scrutiny? I did what I had to do." The exchange left everyone present speechless, as the reality of the situation settled over the group like a heavy fog. Fans watching online erupted with reactions, flooding comment sections with theories, opinions, and expressions of shock. The tension was relentless, the drama unyielding, and the stakes higher than anyone could have imagined. The revelations about Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby bombshell continued to dominate conversations for weeks. Every new piece of information seemed to lead to another twist, another betrayal, another heated exchange that kept the drama alive and fans on edge. Emotions ran high, not only among the main parties but also among friends, family, and supporters who felt compelled to weigh in on the unfolding saga. Allegiances shifted constantly, trust was tested, and the public's fascination with the story grew exponentially. The intertwined narratives of secrecy, impending parenthood, and personal conflict created a perfect storm of reality TV drama, one that would be dissected, analyzed, and debated for months to come. Fans were particularly captivated by the conflicting narratives emerging from different sources. Some claimed that Kirk's vacations were innocent, designed to offer him a temporary escape from the pressures of fame. Others insisted that there was more to the story, pointing to leaked messages, mysterious encounters, and suspicious behavior that suggested a more elaborate plot. Meanwhile, Jasmine's journey through pregnancy added an additional layer of intrigue, as fans speculated about her emotional state, her trust in Kirk, and how the baby revelation would ultimately impact their relationship. The drama had become a multi-dimensional story, filled with twists, turns, and unexpected developments that kept audiences riveted at every turn. As the saga unfolded, Tasha K continued to provide updates, exclusive footage, and insider commentary, cementing her role as the ultimate authority on the unfolding drama. Her coverage not only detailed Kirk's secret vacations, but also highlighted the emotional toll on Jasmine, the reactions of friends and family, and the broader implications for the reality TV world. Every revelation seemed to spark new controversies, debates, and discussions, keeping the story at the forefront of social media feeds and trending topics. Fans were not just passive observers, they became active participants, analyzing every detail, sharing theories, and speculating on what would happen next. Even as the initial shock of the revelations began to settle, new layers of drama emerged. Reports suggested that some members of the cast were quietly strategizing, attempting to influence the narrative or gain leverage in ongoing conflicts. Alliances shifted, private conversations were leaked, and fans were treated to an ongoing saga of intrigue, betrayal, and emotional intensity. The story had evolved beyond a simple revelation of secret vacations and a baby bombshell. It had become a complex tapestry of human emotions, strategic maneuvering, and high-stakes drama that captivated the imagination of audiences around the world. From the outside, it may have seemed like a story of luxury, secrecy, and personal choices, but at its core, this was a narrative about trust, loyalty, and the consequences of hidden actions. Kirk's decisions, Jasmine's emotional responses, and the reactions of those around them created a rich and dynamic narrative that fans could not look away from. Every new detail, every leaked message, and every confrontation added depth to the unfolding drama, keeping audiences engaged and emotionally invested in the outcome. The tension was unrelenting, the stakes ever increasing, and the story itself a masterclass in the kind of high-drama entertainment that reality TV thrives upon. As fans continued to follow the unfolding saga, one thing became clear. Nothing about this story was simple, and every revelation brought with it a cascade of new questions and uncertainties. Who could be trusted? What was really happening behind closed doors? How would Jasmine navigate the complexities of her pregnancy and her relationship with Kirk? And what secrets might still be waiting to emerge from the shadows, threatening to upend everything fans thought they knew? The drama was far from over, and the world watched with bated breath, eager for the next chapter in a story that had already proven to be as unpredictable as it was compelling. The intensity reached a fever pitch when private messages between Kirk and friends were leaked online, revealing the strategic thinking behind his vacations. Some messages suggested that Kirk had been attempting to manage public perception, to control the narrative, and to protect himself from backlash. Fans were shocked, debates erupted, and emotions ran high across every platform. Meanwhile, Jasmine's responses captured in voice notes and text messages added another layer of complexity, showing her struggle with trust, hurt, and uncertainty about the future. The interplay between secrecy and revelation created a tension that seemed impossible to resolve, leaving the cast, the family, and the fans in a state of perpetual suspense. The situation escalated further when an unexpected twist came to light. A trusted family member allegedly leaked details of the baby bombshell to the press, intensifying the scrutiny and amplifying the drama. Emotions ran high at family gatherings, private conversations turned into public debates, and the pressure on both Kirk and Jasmine became almost unbearable. Fans were captivated by every new development, analyzing body language in interviews, interpreting cryptic social media posts, and speculating on what might come next. The stakes had never been higher, and the story continued to unfold with relentless intensity, proving that in the world of reality TV, secrets are temporary and drama is eternal. Tasha K's relentless coverage ensured that no detail went unnoticed. She pieced together timelines, cross-referenced sightings, and obtained exclusive commentary that painted a vivid picture of Kirk's secret vacations and the emotional fallout from Jasmine's baby bombshell. The story was no longer just about travel and surprise news. It had become a multi-layered narrative about trust, deception, and the complexities of human relationships under the harsh scrutiny of fame. Fans were enthralled, the family was divided, and the drama showed no signs of slowing down. The tension between Kirk and Jasmine reached another climax when they were spotted together at a public event. Observers noted a palpable strain in their interactions, subtle glances loaded with suspicion, and moments of silent tension that spoke volumes. Emotions ran high among those present, and fans analyzing footage online could almost feel the intensity radiating from the couple. Every movement, every expression, every whispered conversation became fodder for speculation, fueling the ongoing narrative and keeping the story at the forefront of reality TV discussion. Rumors continued to swirl about additional secrets Kirk may have been keeping, amplifying the intrigue and suspense. Some insiders suggested that there were even more layers to the story: hidden meetings, confidential conversations, and unspoken agreements that could change the entire dynamic. Fans were captivated by the possibility, dissecting every post, video, and interview for clues. The story had grown beyond a single revelation. It had become an ongoing saga of intrigue, tension, and dramatic uncertainty that kept audiences hooked, eager for the next shocking detail to surface. As the drama intensified, the emotional stakes for Jasmine and Kirk could not be overstated. The motivations were truly innocent or indicative of revelation of the baby bombshell, combined with the secrecy surrounding Kirk's vacations, created a volatile mix of trust, doubt, and anticipation. Every interaction, every message, and every public appearance became a potential flashpoint, with the family and fans alike watching closely for any sign of resolution or escalation. The tension was tangible, the emotions raw, and the unfolding events guaranteed to captivate anyone paying attention. Fans were particularly fascinated by the differing perspectives offered by friends and family. Some argued that Kirk's actions were justified, a necessary measure to protect his personal life, while others accused him of deceit and manipulation. Similarly, Jasmine's reactions were scrutinized for signs of anger, hurt, or forgiveness, with each interpretation adding another layer of complexity to the story. The interplay of perception, emotion, and narrative made the unfolding drama a rich and endlessly engaging spectacle, one that captivated audiences across social media platforms and beyond. Adding further intrigue, rumors began circulating that Kirk may have been coordinating aspects of the story behind the scenes, attempting to manage how information leaked and controlled the narrative to his advantage. Whether true or not, the speculation fueled fan discussions and kept the drama alive. Every revelation, every interpretation, and every leaked snippet became a piece of a puzzle that fans eagerly attempted to solve, ensuring that the story remained a dominant topic of conversation for weeks on end. Amidst all of this, Tasha's coverage remained relentless. She provided real-time updates, analyzed emerging patterns, and gave fans insider perspectives that offered both clarity and further mystery. Her reporting highlighted the emotional complexity of the situation, the intensity of the family dynamics, and the broader implications for everyone involved. Fans were drawn in by her detailed accounts, eagerly awaiting the next development and discussing every nuance of the story in forums, comments, and social media groups. Even as new information continued to emerge, the central question remained: what really happened during Kirk's secret vacations? And how would Jasmine navigate the revelations of the baby bombshell? The tension between secrecy, disclosure, and emotional vulnerability created a story that was impossible to ignore. Fans analyzed every gesture, every post, and every public appearance, trying to decipher the truth amid a whirlwind of rumors, leaks, and conflicting reports. The drama had become a cultural phenomenon, captivating audiences far beyond the usual reality TV fan base and proving that the stakes were higher than anyone had imagined. In addition to the interpersonal drama, the broader implications of the story became a focal point. Fans speculated on the impact of the revelations on Kirk and Jasmine's careers, the potential influence on upcoming projects, and how relationships within the cast and family might shift as a result. The tension was not confined to private interactions, it spilled into the public domain, influencing conversations, fan reactions, and media coverage alike. The story had evolved into a multifaceted saga, blending personal conflict, public scrutiny, and the inherent drama of reality television into an endlessly compelling narrative. As weeks passed, fans remained captivated by every new twist. Kirk's secret vacations, once a simple curiosity, became a symbol of mystery, secrecy, and potential deception. Jasmine's baby bombshell, meanwhile, continued to spark debate, speculation, and emotional responses that ranged from joy to anger to disbelief. The combination of these storylines created a dynamic, ongoing narrative that showed no signs of resolution, keeping audiences engaged and emotionally invested at every turn. The unfolding drama also highlighted the complex interplay between public perception and private reality. Kirk's attempts to manage his image, Jasmine's struggle to navigate personal revelations, and the reactions of friends, family, and fans all contributed to a story that was as layered as it was compelling. Every decision, every statement, and every interaction was analyzed, dissected, and debated, creating a rich tapestry of intrigue and suspense that captivated audiences across multiple platforms. The tension reached new heights when additional footage emerged, showing Kirk interacting with friends during his vacations in ways that appeared innocent but were interpreted by some as suspicious. Fans analyzed body language, tone of voice, and timing, creating detailed theories about what might have occurred. Meanwhile, Jasmine's responses, text messages, voice notes, and social media interactions provided additional context, highlighting the emotional toll of the revelations and the complexity of navigating trust in a highly publicized situation. The story had evolved into a dramatic saga with multiple layers of intrigue. Kirk's secret vacations, the baby bombshell, leaked conversations, insider reports, and social media speculation all combined to create a narrative that was impossible to ignore. Fans were emotionally invested, analyzing every detail, debating every theory, and eagerly awaiting the next revelation. The drama was relentless, the stakes high, and the unfolding events guaranteed to captivate audiences for weeks, if not months, to come. Every new leak, every insider report, and every social media post added fuel to the fire. The story had grown beyond a simple revelation into a full-blown reality TV phenomenon, blending personal conflict, public scrutiny, and the intense drama of family and friends navigating a high-stakes situation. Fans remained captivated, emotionally invested, and endlessly curious about what would happen next. The tension, secrecy, and emotional complexity ensured that Kirk and Jasmine's story would remain at the center of fan discussions. The combination of personal stakes, dramatic confrontations, and public scrutiny created a narrative that was both compelling and unpredictable. Every moment, from private messages to public appearances, added another layer to the unfolding saga, keeping fans on the edge of their seats and eager for the next chapter in a story that had already proven to be unforgettable. As new developments emerged, it became increasingly clear that this story was far from over. Kirk's secret vacations, the baby bombshell, and the emotional fallout created a narrative rich with suspense, intrigue, and drama. Fans remained captivated, analyzing every detail, debating every theory, and eagerly awaiting the next revelation. The saga had evolved into a multidimensional story, one that combined personal conflict, public scrutiny, and the inherent drama of reality TV into an endlessly engaging spectacle. From secret getaways to shocking revelations, the unfolding events created a roller coaster of emotions that left everyone, cast, family, and fans alike, on edge. Every revelation, every confrontation, and every leaked message contributed to a story that was both complex and electrifying, keeping the audience glued to every update. As the dust began to settle from the initial revelations, new layers of intrigue emerged, deepening the complexity of Kirk and Jasmine's saga. Reports surfaced suggesting that some of Kirk's secret vacations were not merely about leisure or escape, they were strategic moves, calculated attempts to manage narratives, avoid scrutiny, and potentially protect himself from criticism. Insider sources claimed that Kirk had meticulously planned these trips, coordinating details down to the hour, ensuring that no trace of his movements could be easily tracked. Fans were stunned by the level of forethought, debating endlessly online whether this was clever planning or a sign of deeper deception. Emotions ran high as followers dissected the motivations behind every trip, every private meeting, and every cryptic social media post. Jasmine's emotional journey during this period became a focal point for fans and commentators alike. Struggling with the revelations about Kirk's secretive behavior, she faced mounting pressure as news of the baby bombshell spread like wildfire. Her social media posts, previously casual and upbeat, now carried a tone of guarded emotion, hinting at inner turmoil while sparking speculation among her followers. Emotions ran high as family and friends openly debated whether Jasmine should confront Kirk publicly, protect her privacy, or find a middle ground that allowed transparency and discretion. The family was divided. Some offered unwavering support for Jasmine, while others defended Kirk's right to private moments, claiming that the scrutiny of fame often forced celebrities into extreme secrecy. The drama escalated further when Tasha K released additional footage, this time capturing conversations between Kirk and his close circle that hinted at unresolved issues and potential conflicts yet to surface. In one particularly explosive clip, Kirk is heard discussing his need to take time away, his voice tense but controlled. "I can't handle all the pressure right now. If I stay, it'll blow up in ways no one is ready for," he says. The comment immediately sparked speculation. Fans questioned whether he was protecting himself, Jasmine, or both. Meanwhile, Jasmine, watching the developments unfold, expressed confusion and frustration. "I don't understand why there's so much secrecy. How can I trust him when everything is hidden?" she questioned during a private conversation that was later leaked online. The tension was electric, emotions raw, and the family and fanbase captivated by the intricate web of secrecy and revelation. Adding another twist, rumors began circulating that certain friends within Kirk's circle were actively fueling speculation to gain influence over the unfolding narrative. Whispers of hidden agendas and covert alliances began circulating online, prompting heated discussions among fans and insiders. Some claimed that Kirk was being manipulated. Others suggested he was strategically using these vacations to test loyalties and manage relationships, while a third group speculated that there were entirely unknown factors at play. The drama became layered and multifaceted, with no single narrative able to capture the full extent of the unfolding story. Fans were engrossed, following every development, dissecting every interaction, and predicting what might happen next with relentless attention to detail. The intensity of the saga was magnified when insiders revealed that the baby bombshell had prompted serious discussions about future planning, responsibility, and public perception. Jasmine, overwhelmed by the sudden flood of information, grappled with a mix of emotions: fear, anticipation, excitement, and doubt. Kirk, meanwhile, faced mounting pressure to explain himself, justify his decisions, and navigate the delicate balance between privacy and transparency. Emotions ran high during their private exchanges, often spilling over into arguments that left friends, family, and fans alike on edge. Every heated discussion, every expression of frustration, and every attempt at reconciliation became another captivating element of the unfolding drama. In a particularly intense episode of confrontation, friends describe a scene where voices were raised, tears were shed, and accusations flew like arrows. "You've been hiding everything from me, Kirk. I can't believe you kept this from me," Jasmine exclaimed, her voice quivering. Kirk responded, his tone defensive yet measured. "I've been trying to protect you, protect us. Do you think I wanted any of this to come out like this?" The argument, captured partially by a leaked recording, became a focal point of discussion among fans, who debated endlessly about whether Kirk's intentions were genuine or The emotional stakes were higher than ever, the drama unrelenting, and the unfolding events a masterclass in reality TV tension. Meanwhile, Tasha K continued to break new developments, providing insider commentary on the emotional and logistical complexity of the situation. She revealed that Kirk's secret vacations had taken him to unexpected destinations, some of which were rumored to be chosen for privacy, while others were speculated to involve personal or professional negotiations. Each revelation sent fans into a frenzy, analyzing photos, reading between lines of social media posts, and debating the implications of Kirk's actions. Emotions ran high, both among those directly involved and the global fanbase, with discussions often spiraling into intense debates about loyalty, trust, and personal responsibility. As the weeks progressed, additional twists emerged, suggesting that the baby bombshell might have long-term implications for relationships within the family and friends circle. Some friends reportedly took sides, advocating for Jasmine's right to full transparency and emotional security, while others defended Kirk's choices, emphasizing the pressures of public scrutiny and personal responsibility. Emotions ran high during these discussions, and the family found itself divided into factions, each passionately arguing for their perspective. The tension between privacy, disclosure, and emotional vulnerability became a central theme, captivating fans and providing endless fodder for analysis and speculation. The drama reached a fever pitch when leaked messages suggested that Kirk had been negotiating private arrangements behind the scenes, possibly to manage the fallout from Jasmine's pregnancy revelation. Fans were shocked, debating whether these messages indicated deceit, strategic foresight, or a combination of both. Emotions ran high as audiences speculated on what might happen next, with predictions ranging from reconciliation to complete estrangement. The story's complexity deepened, and the fanbase remained captivated, glued to every update, leak, and insider report. One of the most dramatic developments occurred when a private conversation between Kirk and Jasmine's closest friends was leaked online. The exchange revealed raw emotions, confessions, and fears about the future. Jasmine expressed feelings of betrayal and uncertainty, while Kirk's messages conveyed stress, concern, and a desire to manage outcomes carefully. Fans were captivated, dissecting every word, tone, and nuance, speculating about the dynamics between the couple and the potential outcomes. The story had grown beyond secret vacations and a baby bombshell. It had become a detailed, emotionally charged narrative that explored trust, loyalty, and the complexity of relationships under public scrutiny. Even more shocking, rumors suggested that Kirk may have been involved in undisclosed activities during some of his secret vacations. Adding another layer of mystery and speculation, fans debated endlessly online, weighing the credibility of sources and analyzing every detail for clues. The tension between reality and rumor created a dynamic that kept audiences engaged, with emotions running high as speculation reached fever pitch. Meanwhile, Jasmine's reactions, carefully curated posts, selective responses, and private conversations added further intrigue, highlighting the challenges of navigating personal revelations in the glare of public attention. The emotional stakes were magnified as insiders revealed the toll the unfolding drama had taken on both Kirk and Jasmine. Stress, frustration, and anxiety became recurring themes. With moments of vulnerability captured in leaked voice notes and private messages, fans empathized, debated, and speculated, following every development with intense interest. The drama was relentless, a blend of personal conflict, strategic decision-making, and public scrutiny that created a narrative rich in suspense, emotion, and unpredictability. The story's complexity continued to evolve, with new leaks, insider reports, and social media speculation fueling ongoing discussions. Kirk's secret vacations became symbolic of the broader tension between privacy and public life, while Jasmine's baby bombshell served as a catalyst for emotional exploration, relationship testing, and narrative expansion. Emotions ran high among all parties, and the fanbase remained captivated, analyzing every post, message, and leak for insight into what might happen next. Adding further intrigue, Tasha K. reported that some family members were quietly attempting to mediate the situation, navigating the delicate balance between supporting Jasmine, understanding Kirk's actions, and maintaining family unity. Emotions ran high during these interventions, with disagreements, debates, and reconciliations all captured by insiders. Fans eagerly consumed every detail, weighing in with opinions, theories, and predictions that fueled the ongoing conversation and heightened the drama. As tension escalated, rumors of a potential public confrontation surfaced. Fans speculated about what might occur if Kirk and Jasmine were forced to address the situation openly, or find a middle ground that allowed for both. Whether at a public event, in a filmed episode, or during an interview, emotions ran high as anticipation built, with followers analyzing every possible scenario, predicting reactions, and speculating on the implications for both personal and professional relationships. The story had evolved into a multi-layered drama, blending secrecy, revelation, emotional intensity, and public engagement in a narrative that was impossible to ignore. The saga reached another dramatic turn when leaked conversations suggested that Kirk had been attempting to coordinate responses to potential leaks, anticipate fan reactions, and navigate the complex interplay between privacy, truth, and emotional responsibility. Fans were captivated by the strategic dimension of his actions, debating whether these efforts reflected careful planning, manipulation, or a combination of both. Meanwhile, Jasmine's reactions continued to offer insight into the personal stakes, the emotional challenges, and the broader implications of the unfolding drama. Emotions ran high as the story progressed, and the narrative continued to captivate audiences with its intricate interplay of secrecy, revelation, and human emotion. Private exchanges between Kirk and select friends further highlighted the complexity of the situation. Discussions about timing, messaging, and perception suggested a carefully orchestrated effort to manage fallout, while also revealing moments of genuine vulnerability. Fans analyzed every detail, speculating about motives, intentions, and possible outcomes. The tension between public perception and private reality remained a central theme, keeping audiences engaged and emotionally invested. Adding another layer of drama, insider reports hinted at disagreements within the family about how to handle the revelations. Some advocated for transparency, while others emphasized discretion and privacy. Emotions ran high as debates escalated, and the fanbase became a virtual jury, weighing arguments, offering opinions, and speculating on what might happen next. The story had become a living, evolving drama, rich in suspense, emotion, and intrigue, with each new revelation adding depth and complexity. As weeks went by, new developments continued to emerge, keeping fans glued to every update. Kirk's secret vacations, once a curiosity, had evolved into a symbol of secrecy, strategic decision-making, and potential conflict. Jasmine's baby Bombshell remained a focal point of discussion, with fans speculating about her emotional state, her trust in Kirk, and the potential future implications for their relationship. Emotions ran high across social media platforms, with debates, theories, and speculations fueling ongoing engagement. The unfolding drama was further amplified by leaked messages, insider commentary, and social media speculation. Fans dissected every detail, debated motives, and predicted outcomes, creating a dynamic narrative that evolved in real time. Emotions ran high as audiences followed the twists and turns, invested in the personal stakes, and captivated by the complex interplay of secrecy, revelation, and emotional vulnerability. Even as the initial shock of the baby Bombshell and secret vacations began to settle, new twists emerged, suggesting that the story was far from over. Fans speculated about additional secrets, potential reconciliations, and the emotional journey that lay ahead for Kirk and Jasmine. Emotions ran high as every interaction, message, and public appearance became a potential turning point in the unfolding saga. The complexity of the narrative continued to deepen, blending personal conflict, strategic decision-making, and public scrutiny. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's pregnancy, and the ongoing emotional fallout created a layered, compelling story that captivated audiences and kept fans engaged at every turn. Emotions ran high, alliances shifted, and the tension between privacy and disclosure remained a central theme, ensuring that the drama would continue to dominate conversations for the foreseeable future. Fans continued to speculate endlessly about potential outcomes, debating the motivations behind Kirk's actions, Jasmine's reactions, and the broader implications for relationships within the family and friend circle. Emotions ran high as new developments emerged, leaks circulated, and social media platforms buzzed with speculation and commentary. The story had evolved into a complex, multidimensional narrative, blending secrecy, revelation, emotional intensity, and strategic maneuvering in a way that kept audiences captivated and eager for the next twist. The relentless tension between Kirk and Jasmine continued to dominate the narrative. Fans analyzed every public appearance, scrutinized every social media post, and dissected every insider report for insight into the evolving drama. Emotions ran high as audiences speculated about potential reconciliations, confrontations, and future developments. The story's complexity, emotional stakes, and unpredictability ensured that it remained a central topic of conversation, captivating audiences and sustaining engagement across multiple platforms. The drama escalated further when additional leaks suggested that Kirk's secret vacations might have involved undisclosed meetings and interactions that raised new questions. Fans were captivated by the potential implications, debating motives, intentions, and possible outcomes with relentless enthusiasm. Emotions ran high, and the narrative continued to evolve in ways that kept audiences engaged, invested, and eager for the next revelation. As the story unfolded, Tasha K's coverage highlighted not only the personal drama but also the strategic decisions, emotional stakes, and public scrutiny that defined the unfolding saga. Fans followed every update with intense interest, analyzing details, speculating about motives, and debating possible outcomes. The tension remained high, the drama unrelenting, and the unfolding narrative guaranteed to captivate audiences at every turn. Amidst the chaos, Kirk and Jasmine navigated a delicate balance between private resolution and public perception. Emotions ran high as they grappled with trust, loyalty, and the fallout from leaked information. Fans remained captivated, following every development, analyzing every interaction, and speculating endlessly about what might happen next. The drama, secrecy, and emotional complexity ensured that the story remained a compelling and unpredictable spectacle. The story's evolving nature, combined with the public's fascination, created a feedback loop of speculation, commentary, and engagement. Fans dissected every detail, debated every theory, and engaged in ongoing discussions about the unfolding events. Emotions ran high, tension remained palpable, and the narrative continued to evolve, blending personal conflict, public scrutiny, and the intricate dynamics of reality TV drama into a story that captivated audiences around the world. Even as weeks passed, new twists kept the story fresh and compelling. Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby Bombshell remained central elements, but additional revelations, insider commentary, and social media speculation added layers of intrigue, suspense, and drama. fans continued to follow the narrative closely, invested in the emotional stakes, fascinated by the unfolding twists, and eager to see how the story would ultimately resolve. The saga of Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby Bombshell had transformed from a simple revelation into a complex, multi-layered narrative. Emotions ran high as fans engaged with every detail, analyzed every interaction, and speculated about possible outcomes. The drama remained intense, the stakes high, and the story continued to captivate audiences with its blend of secrecy, revelation, and emotional intensity. As the narrative continued to unfold, the interplay between private emotion, public perception, and strategic maneuvering became increasingly apparent. Kirk's actions, Jasmine's reactions, and the broader dynamics of family and friends created a story rich in suspense, intrigue, and emotional complexity. Fans remained captivated, eagerly awaiting each new development, and emotionally invested in the ongoing drama. The intensity of the saga was underscored by the emotional, strategic, and public dimensions of the story. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby Bombshell, and the reactions of friends, family, and fans combined to create a compelling narrative that was impossible to ignore. Emotions ran high, speculation was rampant, and the unfolding drama continued to captivate audiences with its complexity and unpredictability. Every new leak, insider report, and social media post added depth to the narrative, fueling speculation, debate, and engagement. Fans were captivated, emotionally invested, and eager for the next revelation, as the story evolved into a multifaceted saga of secrecy, revelation, and emotional intensity. As the drama unfolded further, tensions continued to rise, emotional stakes increased, and the narrative became increasingly intricate. Kirk's secret vacations, the baby Bombshell, and the reactions of those around them created a dynamic, evolving story that captivated audiences, kept fans engaged, and generated endless speculation. Emotions ran high, alliances shifted, and the unfolding saga remained a compelling spectacle of reality TV drama. Rich with suspense, intrigue, and unpredictability, the narrative continued to evolve, with each new development adding layers of complexity and intrigue. Fans analyzed every detail, debated every theory, and speculated endlessly about potential outcomes. Emotions ran high, tension remained palpable, and the story continued to captivate audiences with its combination of secrecy, revelation, and emotional intensity. The saga of Kirk and Jasmine, punctuated by secret vacations and a baby Bombshell, had become a phenomenon, captivating audiences, generating discussion, and sustaining engagement across multiple platforms. Emotions ran high as fans dissected every detail, debated every motive, and speculated about what might happen next, ensuring that the story remained a dominant topic of conversation. The unfolding drama, with its layers of secrecy, revelation, and emotional intensity, continued to captivate audiences. Fans remained engaged, emotionally invested, and eager for the next development, following every post, leak, and insider report with relentless attention. The story's complexity, unpredictability, and high stakes ensured that it remained a compelling spectacle of reality TV drama, one that would continue to dominate discussions for weeks, if not months, to come. The saga of Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby Bombshell remained unresolved, with new twists, leaks, and insider commentary continuously shaping the narrative. Emotions ran high, fans remained captivated, and the story continued to unfold in unexpected and dramatic ways. The drama was relentless, the stakes high, and the unfolding saga guaranteed to hold audiences' attention as it evolved into a multi-layered spectacle of secrecy, revelation, and emotional complexity. The intricate interplay of privacy, disclosure, trust, and emotional vulnerability defined the story, keeping fans captivated and emotionally invested. Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby Bombshell became symbols of the broader drama, providing a narrative rich in suspense, intrigue, and emotional intensity. Emotions ran high, alliances shifted, and the story continued to evolve, blending personal conflict, public scrutiny, and strategic maneuvering into a compelling spectacle of reality TV drama. Fans followed every development closely, analyzing details, debating motives, and speculating about potential outcomes. Emotions ran high, tension remained palpable, and the narrative continued to evolve, ensuring that the story remained a dominant topic of discussion and a captivating spectacle of reality TV intrigue. As the saga unfolded, the interplay of secrecy, revelation, and emotional stakes continued to drive the narrative. Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby bombshell remained central elements. With each new leak, insider report, and social media post adding depth, complexity, and intrigue, emotions ran high, fans remained captivated, and the story continued to evolve, blending personal conflict, public scrutiny, and strategic maneuvering into a multifaceted drama that held audiences' attention. The intensity, unpredictability, and emotional complexity of the saga ensured that fans remained engaged, emotionally invested, and eager for the next development. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby bombshell, and the reactions of friends, family, and fans created a narrative rich in suspense, intrigue, and emotional complexity, one that kept audiences hooked and speculating at every turn. As the drama deepened, Kirk's movements became a point of intense fascination, with followers meticulously tracking his travel patterns, social media posts, and interactions. Each sighting, photo, or cryptic comment sparked fresh waves of speculation. Some fans theorized that these vacations were attempts at reconciliation or personal reflection, while others believed they were calculated efforts to manage public perception. The emotional stakes were high, as followers debated whether Kirk's actions reflected guilt, strategy, or genuine care for Jasmine. Meanwhile, Jasmine's responses continued to dominate discussions. Her carefully measured public statements contrasted sharply with her private messages, leaked in fragments across various platforms, revealing a mixture of frustration, vulnerability, and cautious optimism. She navigated the complex terrain of public scrutiny while processing personal betrayal and uncertainty. Fans were drawn to her authenticity, dissecting each post and message for hints of her next move. The baby bombshell had transformed her social presence, making her a central figure in the unfolding narrative. With her every reaction scrutinized, analyzed, and discussed across forums and comment sections, the tension between Kirk and Jasmine manifested in intermittent conflicts and attempts at resolution. Leaked conversations indicated a back and forth of accusations and explanations, where trust was tested and patience stretched. "I need to know the truth, all of it, no more secrets," Jasmine reportedly demanded in one private chat. Kirk's responses, often measured but occasionally defensive, suggested an ongoing struggle to balance honesty with self-preservation. Fans debated the sincerity of his words, questioning whether they indicated remorse, manipulation, or strategic communication. Each interaction added layers to the narrative, making it increasingly difficult to separate fact from speculation. As the saga unfolded, insiders reported that family and close friends played pivotal roles in managing the fallout. Some attempted to mediate, offering counsel to Jasmine while negotiating privately with Kirk. Others were accused of influencing the narrative, potentially exacerbating tensions for personal gain. The dynamics created a complex network of alliances and conflicts, with emotions running high at every level. Fans were captivated, not only by the central figures but also by the intricate web of relationships surrounding them, each interaction offering clues, contradictions, or further complications. The revelation of the baby intensified the public scrutiny. Questions of paternity, responsibility, and future plans dominated social discourse. Fans speculated about how the couple might navigate co-parenting, public appearances, and private reconciliation. Insider reports hinted at contingency plans, discussions about timelines, and strategies for maintaining privacy while addressing public curiosity. Every decision became a focal point of discussion, with audiences deeply invested in the emotional trajectory of both Kirk and Jasmine. The narrative had evolved beyond mere entertainment. It had become a case study in trust, transparency, and the challenges of modern celebrity life. Tasha K's coverage played a crucial role in shaping public perception. Her videos, replete with insider interviews, commentary, and analysis, fueled ongoing debates. She highlighted nuances in body language, tone, and timing, encouraging audiences to consider the subtleties behind each action. Fans engaged actively, offering interpretations, dissecting details, and predicting outcomes. Emotions ran high as the audience grappled with the complexities of truth, secrecy, and interpersonal dynamics, creating a participatory narrative where viewers felt involved in the unfolding drama. The saga's unpredictability was compounded by conflicting reports and leaked information. Some leaks painted Kirk in a sympathetic light, emphasizing stress, personal struggles, and attempts at responsible decision-making. Others portrayed him as manipulative, secretive, or evasive. The polarized interpretations fueled passionate debate, with factions of fans defending, criticizing, or analyzing him from every conceivable angle. Jasmine's perspective, equally scrutinized, offered a counterbalance, highlighting the emotional toll and personal stakes involved. The interplay of these narratives created a tension-filled environment, keeping audiences engaged and emotionally invested. New developments emerged when additional footage surfaced, revealing moments of vulnerability between Kirk and Jasmine. In private conversations, Kirk was reportedly candid about fears, pressures, and intentions, while Jasmine expressed pain, confusion, and tentative hope. Fans reacted strongly, dissecting every inflection, pause, and word. The nuances of these exchanges added emotional depth to the story, demonstrating that behind the public spectacle were human struggles, uncertainties, and complexities. The audience became emotionally invested, navigating the narrative alongside the central figures, experiencing the highs and lows as if part of the inner circle. The narrative further intensified when rumors surfaced about potential external influences affecting Kirk's decisions. Friends, advisors, and industry figures were speculated to have varying degrees of involvement, either facilitating communication, guiding decisions, or subtly shaping perceptions. Fans debated the credibility of these claims, weighing motivations, and analyzing consequences. The saga became multi-layered, with each revelation, leak, or insider tip adding depth and uncertainty. Audiences were captivated by the interplay between personal agency, external influence, and the pressures of public scrutiny. Meanwhile, Jasmine faced her own challenges, balancing privacy, emotional well-being, and public expectation. The emotional weight of her situation was compounded by constant online attention and speculation. Her public statements, often brief yet pointed, contrasted with leaked private messages filled with candid reflections. Fans dissected every nuance, attempting to read between the lines for insight into her true feelings and intentions. The story became as much about her internal journey as it was about Kirk's actions, providing a layered narrative that explored trust, vulnerability, and resilience. As weeks passed, subtle shifts in behavior indicated potential reconciliation efforts. Kirk reportedly made private overtures, attempting to address past misunderstandings and rebuild trust. Jasmine's responses, cautious yet measured, suggested an ongoing negotiation of boundaries, expectations, and emotional readiness. Fans speculated about the likelihood of reconciliation, analyzing every interaction for signals of progress or setbacks. The narrative remained dynamic, with new developments emerging frequently, keeping audiences deeply engaged. The involvement of family and friends added further complexity. Some were supportive mediators, while others were perceived as interfering, influencing decisions, or stoking tensions. These dynamics were widely discussed online, with fans analyzing relationships, motivations, and consequences. The layered network of personal connections highlighted the difficulty of navigating private matters under public scrutiny, illustrating how interpersonal dynamics intersected with broader public perception. Tasha K's ongoing coverage continued to fuel discussion and speculation by providing context, analysis, and insider perspective. She amplified the drama while allowing audiences to form their own interpretations. Fans dissected videos, comments, and leaked information, engaging in detailed debates about motives, intentions, and potential outcomes. The participatory nature of the audience's engagement transformed the saga into a shared experience, where emotions, predictions, and analyses became part of the unfolding story. The complexity of Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby Bombshell ensured that the narrative remained rich in suspense, intrigue, and emotional depth. Each revelation, leak, or insider account added layers, prompting fans to reassess prior assumptions and anticipate future developments. The interplay of secrecy, disclosure, and emotional intensity created a dynamic, evolving drama that captivated audiences and maintained high levels of engagement. Private conversations, leaked messages, and strategic communications highlighted the ongoing negotiation of trust and responsibility. Kirk and Jasmine's interactions demonstrated the challenges of managing personal relationships amidst public scrutiny, revealing a nuanced portrait of human behavior under pressure. Fans analyzed every interaction, seeking clues, evaluating sincerity, and speculating about potential outcomes. The emotional stakes were high, the narrative unpredictable, and the audience thoroughly invested. The ongoing saga was further enriched by conflicting narratives. Supporters of Kirk emphasized stress, intention, and responsible decision-making, while critics focused on secrecy, evasion, and perceived manipulation. Jasmine's experiences and responses offered key points, highlighting emotional vulnerability and the challenges of navigating unexpected revelations. The resulting tension created a multi-dimensional narrative, rich in drama, emotional complexity, and unpredictability. As the story progressed, new developments suggested that Kirk's strategic actions and Jasmine's cautious responses were part of a longer-term negotiation. Fans speculated about future decisions, potential reconciliations, and public disclosures. Emotions ran high, discussions were intense, and the narrative remained fluid, with each new development reshaping understanding, expectations, and emotional engagement. The saga's enduring appeal lay in its combination of secrecy, revelation, and emotional complexity. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby bombshell, and the interactions of friends and family created a narrative that was both unpredictable and deeply engaging. Fans remained captivated, analyzing, speculating, and emotionally invested, ensuring the story continued to dominate discussions across platforms. Leaked exchanges, insider reports, and social media analysis revealed an ongoing tension between private reality and public perception. Kirk's efforts to manage narrative, protect privacy, and navigate emotional complexity were scrutinized at every turn. Jasmine's responses, balancing emotional authenticity with strategic discretion, added further depth. The audience remained engaged, following each development, dissecting motives, and debating likely outcomes. The story's evolution demonstrated the intricate dynamics of personal relationships under public scrutiny. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby bombshell, and the responses of surrounding individuals illustrated the challenges of balancing private emotion with public expectation. Fans analyzed interactions, speculated on intentions, and remained deeply invested in the unfolding drama. The interplay of secrecy, revelation, and emotional stakes continued to shape the narrative. Each development, leak, or insider account added complexity, prompting reassessment and speculation. The saga remained compelling, maintaining high levels of audience engagement and emotional investment. The drama surrounding Kirk and Jasmine remained intense and unpredictable. Fans continued to follow every update, dissect messages, and debate motives. The narrative, enriched by leaked information, insider commentary, and strategic actions, remained a captivating blend of secrecy, emotional complexity, and public scrutiny. The unfolding story illustrated the challenges of navigating personal relationships in the public eye. Kirk's strategic movements, Jasmine's emotional responses, and the involvement of friends and family created a layered, compelling narrative. Fans were captivated, emotionally invested, and eager for each new development, ensuring sustained engagement and discussion. As speculation and leaks continued, the saga maintained its momentum. Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby bombshell provided ongoing points of intrigue, while insider accounts and public reactions added depth and perspective. The narrative's combination of secrecy, revelation, and emotional stakes ensured its continued relevance and audience investment. The evolving story highlighted the tension between private experience and public perception. Kirk's efforts to manage narrative, Jasmine's cautious responses, and the reactions of friends and family created a complex, multidimensional narrative. Fans remained captivated, analyzing every detail, speculating about intentions, and debating potential outcomes, keeping the drama alive and dynamic. The saga's richness stemmed from the interplay of secrecy, revelation, and emotional complexity. Kirk's strategic actions, Jasmine's nuanced responses, and the ongoing involvement of supporting individuals created a story that was continuously evolving, unpredictable, and deeply engaging. Audiences remained emotionally invested, following developments, analyzing behavior, and speculating about the future trajectory. The continuing narrative demonstrated how personal relationships, public scrutiny, and strategic decisions intersected to create compelling drama. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby bombshell, and the responses of surrounding individuals contributed to a emotionally charged story that captivated fans and sustained high engagement. The story's depth was enhanced by conflicting narratives, leaked messages, and strategic communications. Kirk's attempts to navigate pressure, maintain privacy, and manage perception were scrutinized alongside Jasmine's emotional responses and calculated disclosures. Fans dissected, debated, and speculated, creating a participatory narrative where audience engagement became a driving force in the unfolding drama. The ongoing saga of Kirk and Jasmine remained compelling, driven by secrecy, revelation, and emotional intensity. Fans remained deeply engaged, following developments, analyzing motives, and speculating about potential outcomes. The narrative's combination of personal complexity, public scrutiny, and strategic maneuvering ensured continued relevance, discussion, and emotional investment. The layers of intrigue, secrecy, and emotional stakes created a rich, evolving story. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby bombshell, and the involvement of friends and family produced a dynamic, multifaceted narrative. Fans analyzed, debated, and speculated, maintaining high levels of engagement and emotional investment in the unfolding drama. The saga continued to evolve, marked by unexpected twists, strategic actions, and emotional revelations. Kirk's attempts to navigate privacy, Jasmine's measured responses, and the influence of supporting individuals created a narrative that was rich in complexity, suspense, and emotional resonance. Audiences remained captivated, analyzing each development and speculating about potential outcomes. The interplay of secrecy, revelation, and emotional stakes ensured sustained engagement. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby bombshell, and the ongoing involvement of friends, family, and insiders provided a continuous stream of narrative developments. Fans followed closely, dissecting motives, evaluating behavior, and speculating about the trajectory of the unfolding story. The complexity of the unfolding drama highlighted the challenges of managing personal relationships under public scrutiny. Kirk's strategic actions, Jasmine's emotional responses, and the reactions of surrounding individuals created a layered, multidimensional narrative. Fans remained captivated, emotionally invested, and eager for each new development, ensuring ongoing engagement and discussion. Even as new developments emerged, the story retained its unpredictability. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby bombshell, and the influence of friends and family created a narrative rich in suspense, intrigue, and emotional intensity. Fans analyzed, speculated, and debated, maintaining high levels of investment and anticipation. The saga's enduring appeal lay in its combination of secrecy, revelation, and emotional depth. Kirk's strategic actions, Jasmine's measured responses, and the involvement of supporting individuals created a story that was continuously evolving, captivating audiences and sustaining engagement. Fans remained invested, following developments, analyzing behavior, and speculating about future outcomes. The drama surrounding Kirk and Jasmine, fueled by secret vacations and a baby bombshell, continued to dominate discussions. Emotions ran high, speculations multiplied, and the narrative evolved in complex, unpredictable ways. Fans dissected every message, leak, and post, remaining deeply engaged in the unfolding story and emotionally invested in its resolution. Kirk's secretive movements, coupled with Jasmine's emotional journey, highlighted the tension between personal privacy and public scrutiny. The interactions of family and friends added further layers of complexity, creating a narrative rich in intrigue, suspense, and emotional resonance. Audiences remained captivated, dissecting details, speculating on intentions, and debating potential outcomes. Leaked communications, insider insights, and social media speculation kept the narrative dynamic. Kirk's strategic choices, Jasmine's responses, and the involvement of surrounding individuals ensured the story remained compelling, unpredictable, and deeply engaging. Fans continued to analyze every nuance, contributing to a participatory narrative that sustained interest and emotional investment. The saga of Kirk and Jasmine exemplified the challenges of navigating personal relationships in the public eye. Secret vacations, a baby bombshell, and the intricate interplay of emotions, strategy, and public perception created a narrative rich in suspense, drama, and unpredictability. Audiences remained captivated, deeply invested, and eager for each new development. As the story evolved, new layers of secrecy, revelation, and emotional complexity emerged. Kirk's strategic actions, Jasmine's nuanced responses, and the influence of friends and family contributed to a continuously unfolding drama. Fans followed closely, analyzing details, speculating on motives, and debating likely outcomes, ensuring the narrative's continued relevance and engagement. The dynamic interplay of privacy, public scrutiny, and emotional stakes sustained audience interest. Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby bombshell provided ongoing points of intrigue, while leaked messages and insider reports added depth and complexity. Emotions ran high, speculation flourished, and fans remained deeply invested in the evolving story. The story's evolution highlighted the challenges of managing personal relationships amidst intense public attention. Kirk's strategic behavior, Jasmine's measured responses, and the interactions of friends and family created a layered, multidimensional narrative. Fans dissected each development, speculated on intentions, and remained emotionally invested in the unfolding drama. The enduring intrigue of Kirk and Jasmine's saga stemmed from its combination of secrecy, revelation, and emotional depth. Secret vacations, a baby bombshell, and ongoing public scrutiny ensured sustained engagement, with fans following every development, analyzing motives, and speculating about potential outcomes. The narrative continued to captivate audiences as Kirk navigated privacy. Jasmine processed emotional complexity, and supporting individuals influenced outcomes. Fans remained emotionally invested, dissecting leaked messages, analyzing behavior, and speculating about the trajectory of the unfolding drama. The interplay of secrecy, emotional vulnerability, and strategic decision-making kept the story compelling. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby bombshell, and the influence of friends and family created a rich, evolving narrative. Audiences remained captivated, emotionally invested, and eager for each new development. The saga's multi-layered nature, blending personal conflict, public scrutiny, and strategic maneuvering, ensured continued engagement. Fans analyzed, speculated, and debated, following every development closely and remaining emotionally invested in the unfolding story. The drama surrounding Kirk and Jasmine remained intense and unpredictable. Secret vacations, a baby bombshell, and ongoing public scrutiny created a narrative rich in suspense, emotional complexity, and intrigue. Audiences remained captivated, dissecting details, speculating on intentions, and anticipating future developments. The story's evolution illustrated the challenges of navigating personal relationships under public scrutiny. Kirk's strategic actions, Jasmine's measured responses, and the involvement of friends and family contributed to a layered, dynamic narrative. Fans remained engaged, emotionally invested, and eager for each new development. The continuous interplay of secrecy, revelation, and emotional stakes kept audiences captivated. Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby bombshell, coupled with insider insights and public reactions, created a narrative rich in intrigue, suspense, and complexity. Fans analyzed, speculated, and remained deeply invested in the unfolding drama. The saga's enduring appeal was driven by the tension between private reality and public perception. Kirk's strategic choices, Jasmine's emotional responses, and the influence of surrounding individuals created a story that evolved unpredictably, captivating audiences and sustaining engagement. Audiences followed the unfolding drama closely, dissecting leaked messages, analyzing interactions, and speculating on future developments. Emotions ran high, tension remained palpable, and the narrative continued to evolve, blending secrecy, revelation, and emotional complexity into a compelling spectacle. The layered narrative of Kirk and Jasmine, fueled by secret vacations and a baby bombshell, maintained intense audience interest. Fans remained captivated, engaged, and emotionally invested, following each development, debating motives, and anticipating future outcomes. The saga's complexity, unpredictability, and emotional intensity ensured sustained engagement. Kirk's actions, Jasmine's responses, and the involvement of friends and family contributed to a continuously evolving story that kept audiences captivated and invested. The ongoing narrative highlighted the interplay of privacy, public scrutiny, and emotional stakes. Secret vacations, a baby bombshell, and strategic interactions created a multi-dimensional story that captivated audiences and encouraged active engagement, speculation, and discussion. Kirk and Jasmine's saga, defined by secrecy, revelation, and emotional depth, continued to dominate public attention. Fans remained deeply invested, analyzing every development, speculating on motives, and anticipating future twists in the unfolding drama. The story's evolution, marked by strategic maneuvering, emotional vulnerability, and public scrutiny, created a dynamic, multi-layered narrative. Audiences remained captivated, dissecting interactions, evaluating behavior, and speculating on potential outcomes, ensuring sustained engagement and emotional investment. Even as new developments unfolded, the saga maintained its complexity, or a fleeting image could shift public perception and spark waves of discussion. Fans became detectives, piecing together timelines, interpreting gestures, and debating the underlying motivations of each participant. Every shared or leaked moment was a puzzle piece, often contradictory, that kept the saga dynamic and unpredictable. Within this environment, the role of trust and betrayal was central. Kirk's secretive behavior was interpreted through multiple lenses, ranging from strategic missteps to deliberate concealment. Jasmine, meanwhile, navigated the treacherous waters of emotional vulnerability while maintaining a public persona that balanced transparency with discretion. The tension between private emotion and public expectation created a fertile ground for speculation. Audiences were drawn into this interplay, empathizing with Jasmine's plight while debating the sincerity and intent behind Kirk's actions. Each interaction became a case study in relational complexity under scrutiny. The emotional landscape extended beyond the principal actors. Friends, family members, and insiders contributed to the evolving narrative, each with potential biases, agendas, and influences. Some offered guidance and mediation, attempting to facilitate resolution, while others were suspected of manipulation or amplification of conflicts for personal gain. This network of relationships added depth to the story, as audiences attempted to discern truth amid a swirl of perspectives. Every rumor or revelation about external involvement intensified the stakes, creating ripple effects that impacted both the central figures and public engagement. As the saga progressed, leaked communications became pivotal in shaping perception. Private messages, selectively disclosed or inadvertently revealed, painted complex portraits of intentions and vulnerabilities. Kirk's correspondence often oscillated between candid self-reflection and defensive reasoning, prompting fans to debate the authenticity of his words. Jasmine's private messages, conversely, revealed a nuanced balance of anger, disappointment, and cautious hope, underscoring her struggle to navigate personal feelings within a landscape dominated by public scrutiny. Each revelation layered additional complexity onto an already intricate story. Social media further amplified the dynamics. Every post, story, or interaction was scrutinized, dissected, and analyzed, contributing to a collective interpretation that oscillated between empathy, criticism, and speculation. Fans created elaborate timelines, reconstructed conversations, and attempted to predict future behavior based on observed patterns. Platforms became arenas for debate, where factions formed, alliances shifted, and discourse intensified. The participatory nature of this engagement transformed the unfolding events into a shared social experience, where audiences were not merely observers but active participants shaping the narrative through commentary and conjecture. Public appearances, subtle gestures, and carefully curated imagery added layers of performative. Kirk's movements, whether interpreted as attempts at reconciliation, deflection, or strategic image management, were endlessly analyzed. Jasmine's public statements and social media presence, by contrast, reflected a measured approach designed to assert autonomy while signaling ongoing engagement with the personal and public consequences of the unfolding saga. The interplay of action, perception, and interpretation created a constantly shifting landscape in which fans were both analysts and emotionally invested witnesses. Tasha K's coverage played an instrumental role in maintaining attention and framing discourse. By highlighting details, providing context, and offering commentary, she facilitated interpretation and amplified speculation. Videos dissected minute behavioral cues, timelines, and communication patterns, encouraging audiences to engage critically and emotionally. The feedback loop between content, analysis, and audience response reinforced engagement, ensuring that the saga's complexity remained in sharp focus and continued to dominate social conversation. The revelation of the baby intensified emotional stakes. Questions of paternity, responsibility, and future family dynamics dominated discourse. Fans debated potential outcomes, navigating moral, ethical, and emotional considerations. Insider reports hinted at strategic discussions between the principal actors, involving timelines, privacy concerns, and public disclosure strategies. The confluence of personal stakes and public interest heightened tension, drawing audiences further into the unfolding drama while blurring boundaries between private realities and collective observation. Leaked conversations highlighted the negotiation of trust and emotional reconciliation. Kirk's attempts to articulate intentions, express remorse, or assert perspective were counterbalanced by Jasmine's demands for transparency, boundaries, and assurance. The resulting interplay underscored the difficulty of restoring equilibrium in a relationship disrupted by secrecy, external scrutiny, and unanticipated developments. Fans dissected these exchanges, evaluating sincerity, emotional intelligence, and strategic intent, often drawing contrasting conclusions that fueled ongoing discussion. The involvement of friends and family added nuanced complexity. Some were mediators, attempting to facilitate communication and reconciliation, while others were portrayed as influencing perceptions, exaggerating conflicts, or advocating for particular outcomes. This multiplicity of perspectives contributed to an environment where clarity was elusive, and interpretations varied widely. Fans were drawn to these dynamics, analyzing motivations, inferring alliances, and attempting to anticipate outcomes based on observed behaviors. Rumors and leaks continued to challenge public perception. Conflicting narratives emerged, with some sources portraying Kirk sympathetically, emphasizing stress, external pressures, and attempts at responsible engagement, while others highlighted secrecy, perceived evasion, and potential manipulation. Jasmine's narrative offered a counterpoint, emphasizing vulnerability, caution, and emotional authenticity. The resulting multiplicity of narratives created a rich, tension-filled environment in which audience interpretation and speculation thrived. Public reactions were equally complex. Audiences engaged in debates about ethics, accountability, and emotional intelligence. Factions emerged, some advocating for understanding and reconciliation, others condemning perceived wrongdoing or lapses in judgment. The polarized discourse reflected broader societal interests in morality, transparency, and relational dynamics, transforming the saga into a lens through which wider social values and expectations were explored. Strategic communication continued to shape the narrative. Kirk's measured disclosures, private overtures, and public statements reflected attempts to balance personal responsibility, emotional expression, and audience perception. Jasmine's calibrated responses conveyed both emotional honesty and strategic discretion. Fans engaged with this interplay, analyzing tone, timing, and content to discern authenticity and intent, contributing to an ongoing, participatory narrative that was as much about interpretation as it was about action. Leaked messages revealed the ongoing tension between vulnerability and caution. Kirk's attempts to articulate feelings were often met with scrutiny, both from Jasmine and from the public. Jasmine's own communications highlighted the challenge of asserting personal agency while managing relational and public pressures. The resulting dynamics illustrated the difficulty of balancing emotion, trust, and accountability in a context dominated by observation and speculation. The saga's complexity was compounded by social media amplification. Every development, whether a subtle gesture, private disclosure, or public statement, was scrutinized, analyzed, and interpreted across multiple platforms. Fans created intricate timelines, attempted predictive analyses, and debated moral and ethical considerations. This engagement transformed the unfolding story into a participatory experience, where audiences were emotionally and intellectually invested in interpreting, contextualizing, and projecting the trajectory of events. Public perception oscillated between empathy, criticism, and fascination. Kirk's actions were variably interpreted as thoughtful, manipulative, or strategic. Jasmine's responses were dissected for nuance, emotional honesty, and potential influence. The interplay of these interpretations created a dynamic narrative environment, continuously reshaped by new information, social media discourse, and evolving audience sentiment. The narrative's emotional intensity was sustained by the interplay of personal stakes, public scrutiny, and relational complexity. Kirk's secretive behavior, Jasmine's cautious navigation, and the involvement of family and friends created a multi-layered drama rich in suspense, moral ambiguity, and emotional depth. Audiences remained captivated, analyzing developments, interpreting behavior, and anticipating outcomes with heightened engagement. The ongoing saga highlighted the challenges inherent in balancing private relationships and public exposure. Kirk's strategic navigation of secrecy, disclosure, and responsibility intersected with Jasmine's emotional processing and public representation. The resulting dynamics provided a rich, evolving narrative, where interpretation, speculation, and emotional investment were integral components of audience engagement. Leaked conversations, strategic communications, and social media discourse maintained the narrative's momentum. Kirk's actions, Jasmine's responses, and the influence of supporting individuals contributed to a continuously evolving drama, sustaining audience interest and emotional investment. Fans followed closely, analyzed details, and engaged in discourse that blurred the line between observation and participation. The interplay of secrecy, revelation, and emotional complexity remained central. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby bombshell, and the influence of surrounding individuals ensured a narrative that was unpredictable, layered, and deeply engaging. Audiences remained captivated, navigating the story's nuances, speculating on outcomes, and interpreting behavior with intense focus. Public scrutiny intensified the stakes, transforming ordinary interactions into matters of widespread discussion and analysis. Every gesture, statement, or revelation was amplified, interpreted, and debated. The narrative's complexity, fueled by secrecy, emotional stakes, and strategic behavior, kept fans deeply engaged and emotionally invested. Insider reports suggested ongoing negotiations between Kirk and Jasmine, balancing reconciliation, privacy, and public perception. Fans dissected these reports, analyzing intention, sincerity, and potential outcomes. The evolving story highlighted the multifaceted nature of human behavior, relational complexity, and the challenges of managing personal and public identities simultaneously. The saga's richness derived from the continuous tension between vulnerability, strategy, and public perception. Kirk's movements, Jasmine's responses, and the involvement of supporting individuals created a layered, unpredictable narrative. Fans followed developments with acute attention, remaining emotionally invested and actively participating. Jasmine's baby revelation and the ongoing interplay with supporting individuals created a rich, unpredictable narrative. Fans analyzed, debated, and followed every development with sustained attention, maintaining deep emotional investment. The story's progression highlighted the challenges of navigating personal relationships under intense scrutiny. Kirk's strategic actions, Jasmine's measured responses, and the influence of friends and family created a layered, dynamic narrative. Audiences remained captivated, dissecting every interaction and speculating about future developments. The interplay of secrecy, revelation, and emotional stakes ensured continuous audience engagement. Kirk's actions, Jasmine's responses, and the broader social and familial context provided a narrative rich in suspense, intrigue, and complexity, captivating audiences and sustaining emotional investment. The saga's ongoing intrigue was fueled by its unpredictability. Secret vacations, a baby bombshell, and strategic communications contributed to a multi-layered, emotionally charged narrative. Fans analyzed, speculated, and debated, remaining deeply invested in the unfolding story. The narrative's enduring appeal lay in its blend of secrecy, relational complexity, and public scrutiny. Kirk's movements, Jasmine's responses, and the role of supporting individuals created a story that evolved continuously, captivating audiences and maintaining engagement. The unfolding story, rich in emotional stakes and strategic maneuvering, kept fans engaged and invested. Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby revelation, intertwined with insider insights and social media discourse, created a layered, dynamic narrative that remained unpredictable and compelling. The interplay between private emotion and public perception drove sustained interest. Kirk's decisions, Jasmine's responses, and the involvement of surrounding individuals ensured a narrative filled with suspense, complexity, and emotional resonance. Audiences followed developments closely, analyzed behavior, and speculated on future outcomes, remaining deeply invested. The saga's multifaceted nature, combining secrecy, relational negotiation, and public scrutiny, maintained audience attention. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby bombshell, and the strategic actions of friends and family created an unfolding drama that was continuously dynamic, emotionally engaging, and rich in intrigue. The narrative's sustained momentum was supported by leaked communications, insider reports, and audience speculation. Kirk's actions, Jasmine's responses, and the role of supporting individuals created a continuously evolving story, rich in suspense, emotional complexity, and unpredictability. Fans remained captivated by the interplay of secrecy, emotional stakes, and relational dynamics. Kirk's secretive behavior, Jasmine's nuanced responses, and the influence of friends and family ensured an ongoing narrative that was layered, dynamic, and deeply engaging. The saga highlighted the tension between personal vulnerability and public exposure. Kirk's strategic decisions, Jasmine's emotional processing, and the actions of surrounding individuals created a complex narrative that captivated audiences and sustained high levels of engagement. The unfolding drama, marked by secret vacations, a baby revelation, and multifaceted social dynamics, continued to dominate public attention. Audiences remained deeply invested, dissecting each development, speculating on intentions, and following the narrative with intense focus and engagement. The continuous evolution of the story underscored the unpredictability inherent in relationships subjected to public scrutiny. Kirk's strategic actions, Jasmine's measured responses, and the involvement of friends and family ensured a rich, multi-layered narrative that remained emotionally engaging, suspenseful, and compelling. Fans remained captivated by every detail, analyzing motives, interpreting behavior, and speculating about potential outcomes. The interplay of secrecy, revelation, and emotional stakes sustained the narrative's momentum, keeping audiences invested and engaged over time. Kirk and Jasmine's saga, defined by secrecy, emotional complexity, and strategic maneuvering, continued to unfold in unpredictable ways. Audiences remained actively engaged, dissecting developments, evaluating sincerity, and anticipating future actions with sustained attention and emotional investment. The narrative's richness stemmed from its layered structure. Secret vacations, a baby bombshell, and the influence of friends and family created a continuously evolving story. Fans followed developments meticulously, speculating, analyzing, and remaining emotionally invested in the unfolding drama. The interplay of private decisions, public scrutiny, and emotional stakes created sustained tension. Kirk's strategic behavior, Jasmine's nuanced responses, and supporting individuals' actions contributed to a narrative that was dynamic, unpredictable, and deeply engaging. Audiences remained captivated, following each development closely and interpreting the story through multiple lenses. The saga's ongoing evolution ensured that audience interest remained high. Secret vacations, a baby revelation, and insider dynamics created a rich narrative, continuously providing new material for analysis, speculation, and emotional engagement. Fans remained invested, navigating the complex interplay of secrecy, trust, and relational dynamics. The drama's endurance was fueled by its unpredictability and emotional resonance. Kirk's actions, Jasmine's responses, and the involvement of friends and family created a layered, evolving story. Fans followed developments closely, speculated on intentions, and engaged in discourse that sustained emotional investment and participatory engagement. The narrative's complexity and depth highlighted the challenges of navigating relationships under intense scrutiny. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's measured disclosures, and the influence of surrounding individuals created a story that was rich, dynamic, and continuously evolving. Audiences remained captivated, analyzing interactions and anticipating outcomes. The interplay of secrecy, revelation, and emotional stakes ensured ongoing engagement. Kirk's strategic choices, Jasmine's nuanced responses, and the actions of friends and family contributed to a multi-layered narrative that was compelling, suspenseful, and emotionally resonant. Fans remained actively invested, following each development closely. The saga of Kirk and Jasmine, defined by secret vacations and a baby bombshell, maintained intense public interest. Audiences remained captivated, analyzing every development, speculating on motives, and engaging with the narrative in a deeply participatory manner. The story's ongoing evolution demonstrated the complexity of managing personal relationships under public scrutiny. Kirk's strategic behavior, Jasmine's emotional responses, and the involvement of supporting individuals created a narrative rich in suspense, emotional depth, and unpredictability. Fans remained deeply invested, interpreting each development and anticipating future outcomes. The continuous flow of new developments, leaks, and insider insights sustained engagement. Kirk's secretive movements, Jasmine's careful disclosures, and the influence of friends and family ensured a dynamic, multi-layered narrative. Audiences remained captivated, analyzing interactions, speculating on intentions, and remaining emotionally invested. The interplay between private realities and public perception continued to drive the story's momentum. Kirk's strategic actions, Jasmine's measured responses, and the surrounding social dynamics created a rich, evolving narrative. Fans remained engaged, following developments, analyzing motives, and speculating on potential outcomes. The saga's richness was enhanced by the tension between secrecy, revelation, and emotional complexity. Kirk's secret vacations, Jasmine's baby bombshell, and the involvement of supporting individuals created a narrative that was unpredictable, layered, and deeply compelling. Audiences remained captivated, analyzing every development and remaining emotionally invested. The narrative's ongoing appeal lay in its combination of relational complexity, secrecy, and public scrutiny. Kirk's movements, Jasmine's responses, and the influence of friends and family ensured a continuously evolving story that captivated audiences and maintained high levels of engagement. The unfolding drama, marked by strategic decision-making, emotional vulnerability, and social complexity, continued to captivate audiences. Kirk's secret vacations and Jasmine's baby revelation, intertwined with insider insights and social discourse, created a layered dynamic narrative that was unpredictable and emotionally engaging. The interplay of private emotion and public perception maintained sustained audience interest. Kirk's actions, Jasmine's responses, and the strategic role of surrounding individuals created a story rich in suspense, intrigue, and relational complexity. Fans remained deeply engaged, following each development closely and interpreting every nuance. The saga's multidimensional nature ensured ongoing attention. Secret vacations, a baby bombshell, and strategic communications from supporting individuals created a narrative that was continuously evolving, emotionally charged, and deeply engaging. Audiences remained invested, speculating, analyzing, and following the story's trajectory closely. The sustained momentum of the drama was supported by leaks, insider commentary, and audience speculation. Kirk's strategic behavior, Jasmine's nuanced responses, and the actions of friends and family contributed to an evolving story filled with suspense, emotional depth, and unpredictability. Fans remained captivated, actively interpreting and engaging with the narrative. The interplay of secrecy, emotional stakes, and relational negotiation continued to define the unfolding saga. Kirk's secretive behavior, Jasmine's careful disclosures, and the involvement of supporting individuals ensured a narrative rich in layers, complexity, and unpredictability. Audiences followed developments meticulously, maintaining high levels of emotional investment and engagement. The public's fascination was sustained by the constant tension between vulnerability and strategy. Kirk's movements, Jasmine's responses, and the influence of friends and family contributed to a dynamic, evolving story. Fans remained engaged, analyzing details, speculating on intentions, and remaining deeply invested in the unfolding drama. The evolving narrative underscored the challenges of managing personal relationships under scrutiny. Kirk's strategic decisions, Jasmine's nuanced disclosures, and the interactions of surrounding individuals created a multi-layered, emotionally charged story. Audiences followed closely, interpreting each development, speculating on motives, and remaining actively engaged. The drama's unpredictability and emotional resonance continued to captivate audiences. Secret vacations, a baby bombshell, and the intricate. If you've been following this story closely, you already know that what happens behind closed doors can often be far more complex than what we see on the surface. Relationships, trust, and secrets are rarely straightforward. And the layers of emotion, strategy, and human behavior at play here are something most of us can only begin to imagine. That's why stories like this matter. They allow us to witness the fragility and resilience of human connections, the choices people make when they are vulnerable, and the consequences those choices can have, not only for themselves but for everyone around them. When you engage with content like this, it isn't just about curiosity or entertainment. It's about understanding how decisions, actions, and timing intersect with emotions and expectations, understanding the ripple effects of secrecy and revelation, understanding that every gesture, every word, and every decision carries weight, even when the world isn't watching, or perhaps especially when the world is watching. This story offers a rare opportunity to reflect on how transparency, accountability, and honesty can shape the outcomes of even the most complicated situations. By staying connected to this channel, you gain access not only to the latest updates but to insights into the human experience that are often hidden from plain sight. You get to see the nuances and decisions, the unspoken tensions, and the small yet critical moments that can change the course of a relationship. Our coverage doesn't just report events, it explores motivations, reactions, and the emotional context behind every headline. We aim to provide you with a complete picture, the kind that encourages empathy while also engaging your critical thinking. Your engagement matters. Every comment, share, and discussion not only helps this content reach more people but also fosters a community of viewers who care deeply about the complexities of human behavior. By participating, you're contributing to a conversation about accountability, trust, and emotional intelligence. You're helping to build a space where people can analyze, empathize, and share perspectives, all while remaining informed about developments that continue to unfold. If you appreciate the depth and detail we bring to these stories, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you'll never miss a single moment or update, and you'll be part of a community that values staying informed, thoughtful, and engaged. Subscribing ensures that you're always connected to the most thorough coverage available, with insights that go beyond the surface to explore the real implications behind every action and decision. We also encourage you to share this video with friends and family who are interested in understanding the intricate dynamics of high-profile relationships and personal decisions in the public eye. Sharing helps expand the conversation, allowing more people to explore, question, and reflect on what they might do in similar circumstances. It helps create a network of viewers who not only consume content but also think critically and engage meaningfully with the narratives they follow. Your feedback is essential. We read every comment, analyze the questions you ask, and consider your perspectives when planning our future coverage. Whether you're reacting emotionally, questioning motives, or providing alternative viewpoints, your voice shapes how we continue to tell these stories. We want this channel to be a space where curiosity meets thoughtful discussion, where viewers are not just passive observers but active participants in understanding the complexities of human behavior. Finally, remember that behind every headline, every secret revealed, and every public interaction, there are real people experiencing real consequences. Approaching these stories with empathy, awareness, and an open mind allows us all to learn from them, reflect on our own choices, and engage more thoughtfully with the world around us. By subscribing, sharing, and engaging, you're not just following a story, you're contributing to a deeper understanding of human connections, trust, and accountability in ways that can resonate far beyond the screen. So, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join the conversation. Engage with us in the comments, share your thoughts, and help us create a community that values insight, understanding, and empathy. Your participation makes a difference. Your questions matter, and your perspective helps enrich this ongoing discussion. Together, we can explore the complexities of relationships, choices, and consequences in ways that inform, challenge, and inspire. Stay tuned, stay thoughtful, and stay part of a community that isn't just watching a story unfold but learning from it, reflecting on it, and growing with it every step of the way.